And what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Father and Son Gaming Podcast right here at Pax West. We are not in our normal locations as per usual. We are here at the convention checking out Pax West here on Active Reload Gaming. Kevin, also Octane 699. I'm Kobe, aka Kobe127. How's your convention been?
It's been outstanding. It's actually been more exciting than I thought it would be, and I think it blows last year's PAX right away.
100%. There was a lot of great games that we saw that we can't wait to talk about, but we do have a very special guest to kick off PAX West. We have an exclusive interview to start with the developers of Valor Mortis. So, if Mike can please enter, we would like to start talking about Valor Mortis. And chat,
Welcome,
if you have
Mike.
any questions for the developers during this segment, please throw them in chat and we can get them to you. Mike, how's your PAX West been?
I'm tired a little bit. Sorry, guys. But yeah, hi. Thank you for having me. This is the first thing. So the PAX is awesome. It's not my first time here in Seattle, so I always like to come back here, basically for the gamers.
That's awesome to hear. What's your favorite thing about Seattle? Because we do have a lot of local Seattle people watching this one. So, what do you enjoy about the city?
So are we sponsored? So,
We are not sponsored.
okay, so Lil Woody's next to the convention center.
Oh, the breakfast place? Yeah.
No, the burgers.
Oh, okay.
Oh my
okay.
god, it's like this is like the number one spot when Polish people are coming here. So this is we need to go to Little Woody's for burgers.
Okay.
So that's the first thing we are doing.
Have you had pierogi at all?
Oh yeah, yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Pierogi is another great one. That
Yeah.
is a hot spot
Yeah,
down
yeah.
at Pike Place. But yeah, without further ado, can you just tell me a little bit about yourself? What do you do on Valor Mortis? Just start giving me the rundown.
So I work in One More Level for almost a year now. I'm a brand manager for Valor Mortis, and this is our new game. We announced it like what week ago
At Gamescom, yeah.
Gamescom, and we cannot wait to tell you even more about what we are cooking, basically.
Just again, a reminder when we did our Gamescom review, this was our number one game.
Yeah, this game absolutely blew us away when we were watching Gamescom opening night live. Honestly, yeah, one of my games of the show from there. I was blown away, and I actually got to play Valor Mortis here at PAX West, as you did
Yes,
that as well. And I can
outstanding.
confirm the game is as awesome as it looks. The combat just flows so well, and for a first-person Souls, like they're doing a lot of interesting things. And I would like to start kind of talking about Valor Mortis and the design philosophy, some of the decisions that went into making this game. So, Valor Mortis is your newest project. How would you describe it in one sentence to someone unfamiliar with your work?
First-person Souls-like game with elements of adventure games and some Metroidvania elements as well, but also with a pinch of One More Level DNA. I think we'll get to that later
Yes.
on, but yeah, that would be my one sentence pitch.
Awesome. Yeah, and kind of going into the DNA for the people who aren't familiar, you're just coming off of the Ghostrunner series. You made Ghostrunner 1 and 2, which is a cyberpunk speedrunning game, a very different kind of title than what Valor Mortis is. Before we actually move on, I want to know what lessons or inspirations from Ghostrunners carry forward into Valor Mortis.
Okay, so the main thing is the first person perspective camera. So this is something that I don't want to say we mastered, but basically we know how to handle FPP very well from Ghostrunner. So that was the basic thing that we like transferred to Valor Mortis. And the second thing would be we were already quite good prepared for the challenges that the Souls-like genre will put ahead of us when we were developing the game. So that would be the I think the main thing. But this is also something why we decided to do that basically because yeah we know Unreal 5, we know first person perspective, we are Souls likes people. So yeah, why not to combine this and do a game?
What Souls like inspired you the most for Valor Mortis?
Oh, there's more than one. It's not only one. I can go on and on. It's like so Bloodborne, Lies of
My
P,
favorites.
Lies of P. Oh my God, sorry. Bioshock. It's not a Souls-like game, but Bioshock was one of the very big inspiration. Dishonored. Um, Skyrim maybe a bit also, but it's like first person combat, like melee combat, that kind of thing. So yeah, so Skyrim also was a
Hey
bit of
everybody,
a,
you're about to check out demo footage of Valor
one
Mortis,
of the
the
main
upcoming
inspirations
Souls-like game from
basically
the
for
developers of
Valor Mortis.
Ghostrunner.
There was a
So
pairing
This section
system in
shows off
Valor
the
Mortis,
opening
and
of the
it felt
game
very
up into
satisfying. So I
the
see a
first
lot of the
boss fight.
Sekiro
Hope you enjoy.
motivations and inspirations coming
Yeah.
into this
Yeah,
game.
for
I'm,
sure.
I'm a big Sekiro player.
I do see a lot of Bioshock influence on this, which I'm a huge Bioshock guy, and I think that's one of the things that drew me to the demo when I first saw it, and then when I played it, you could definitely feel the influence of Bioshock in there.
Yes. And for the audience, I did throw up some Valor Mortis gameplay as we're chatting with Mike here, so you can kind of get a feel of what we're talking about. And I wanna move on. So what was the original spark or idea that set this game into motion? Because obviously you had a cyberpunk speedrunning game to begin with. Like, was it one person in the boardroom, in the pitch room saying, I have an idea, or was this like the next general step for the studio? We were like, okay, this makes sense for us.
Okay, so I wasn't at the starting point because I wasn't working at one more level at that time. But basically, from what I was told, everyone wanted to do a Souls-like game.
Friendly!
Because everyone, like most of the studio is very, we are very big fans of Souls-like, so they wanted to do a Souls-like game. And after 2 parts of Ghostrunner, we also wanted to do something different. We as a studio don't want our philosophy is not being like connected to one genre
Yeah.
and one title. So we said, let's do something crazy. Let's do something different on almost every front.
Yeah.
And that was the idea. How the pitch, how the prototype
hell's
for
wrong
Valor
with you?
Mortis was like created.
That's awesome to hear. And I think the world is one of the most unique parts of Valor Mortis. Like, I haven't seen, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't seen games really set in the Napoleon era that much. And I think this has a unique flavor and style to it that is going to impress a lot of players.
Me being the history person, that's what drew me to this. Like, I love things that are set in an alternative history, and that's what really drew me toward this, because I haven't seen any games set, especially in that Napoleonic era, which really brought me to it.
Yeah, so that is correct. I mean, Napoleon and France at that time, you can mostly see in like total war games,
Yes.
strategic games. So, it was a gamble
Yeah.
because we thought, okay, this is underutilized setting in games like overall. So let's take it, let's change it a little bit because, like alternative history of the war gives you lots of space to get crazy.
Yeah.
So we said, yeah, let's go with that. But still, before you're announcing the game, you're always a little bit anxious. Was it a good idea? Was it a good decision? Is it like the right thing to do? But later we did the announcement at Gamescom and everyone was like blown away basically. So we are super happy that this works out.
That's amazing to hear. So, kind of thinking about that, what inspirations besides the Souls games come to mind? Like, what books, films, television series really inspired this setting?
So, Resident Evil, because the game is gonna be the game drew inspiration from horror. We also are telling the story of horrors of war and the horrors of power, like overall. So this would be one thing. The Witcher. I'm not gonna go into any details with why because you will have to play the game. You will see. But The Witcher was also one of the main inspirations. Horror movies, like overall, basically, and history. I think history was one of the biggest things that we used and utilized in the game because it's like you need to do a lot of reading, a lot of fact checking, and then like the narrative team was in a very funny place because
Yeah.
they could do a lot of funny stuff and crazy stuff with the history that we're gonna tell in the game.
I actually really like the blood and gore in it. I do like the blood and gore.
Yeah. It's satisfying. I do have a viewer question for you. Cherry Tomato Boys asks, what made you all make the decision to make a Souls-likes? It seems like the market is saturated with roguelites or Souls-like games. Do you feel like Valor Mortis fills a gap that currently isn't there in the genre?
Yes, this is what we are hearing a lot. since we revealed the game, like people are and the players basically are a little bit souls fatigue,
Yes.
let's say. So and that's where we come in.
Yeah.
So now you will have a game that combines elements of souls like that and you like, but we are gonna challenge you as well because we will put you in a first person camera in a first person perspective to like play the souls like game. So for us it's like we know you like players are seasoned players, so they're hardcore fans of souls like things like that. So there are gonna be elements that you know and that you like and that you love, but there are also gonna be things that will force you a little bit to rethink how the combat is going, how the enemies are behaving, that kind of thing. And this is the challenge that we want to put in front of the players and see what they can do.
From
Amazing.
my perspective, though, I think the world you built sets apart the other Souls like. I think the world is what really makes this stand out from all the other Souls lights that you see out there.
And also it's first person. Like you don't really see that much
Correct.
for a Souls like genre. So I do want to move on. The title Valor Mortis is evocative. How does the meaning of the name connect to the game's story and mechanics?
Okay, so the name translates to value of death. Uh, Basically, death is something which is very important in the game because like you reborn every
Yeah.
time you die. So this is like a whole story behind it, how it's happening, why it's happening, things like that. The second thing is that I don't want to spoil too much from the narrative point of view,
Yeah.
but like the the death is a currency that the soldiers are like paying to Napoleon to like the whole grand idea. I will not say much more because honestly, Bogdan, who's our lead designer and he's on the booth, will probably
Yeah.
gonna kill me if I will spoil too much. So I'm not gonna say anything else. But the translation is value of death, and it's very connected to the history and to the setting and to what the tale we want to tell in the game.
I met Bogdan. He's a good guy. I don't think he's going to kill you. But
Really chill guy, just awesome to talk to. But yeah, I don't want you getting in trouble, so we can continue to move on. So, Ghostrunner was known for fast, precise action. Are you keeping that same pace or experimenting with new rhythms of play?
No, I mean this is also one of the biggest challenges that we have because we are known from super fast-paced games, and one of the thing that we were a little bit worried is that players will think that our next game also is going to be super fast. I mean, Valor Mortis is we are calling this slow-paced game. It's not that slow.
I can confirm it's not that slow.
Yeah, but it's not. But it's not Ghostrunner.
yeah, it is a good pace. I
Yes.
thought it was a very good pace.
Yeah, so it's not Ghostrunner, so it's not like super fast and things like that. So yeah, that was a challenge, but we are not transferring that like in 100%. So the pace is gonna be slower.
Awesome to hear. I do have another chat question from Party Muffins. How much of true history is felt in the game's story? How did you decide to balance the two?
Okay, so this is a question for Bogdan. So it's like we are taking several elements that happen and change them a bit. This is always how the alternative history is created. So, for instance, in our game, we have Napoleon who conquered Europe, and then Waterloo battle happened, and in our world he lost. In our game, he won,
Okay.
and this creates a chain of event that you can uncover in game. So also, again, spoiler territory.
Yeah.
But this is how we are balancing it. So after this one element that is changing the story,
Yeah.
then we can just pick up, for instance, characters or events that happen and put them inside. Of course, most of it is fiction, but we are trying to keep some interesting elements from the real story and the real history that happened in the game. Maybe in a bit new perspective, but still they are going to be there.
Amazing. So, were there any unique challenges developing Valor Mortis that you didn't face with Ghostrunner?
Oh, the whole combat.
Yeah. It is a whole new combat
This is
system.
the whole new combat system, basically, because like Ghostrunner was one hit, that's it.
Yes.
One hit, one dead, and then repeat. Here we got like, let's say, full pledged combat.
Yeah.
So we need to figure out parrying, dashing, meta combat, like range combat and things like that. But the biggest challenge was that we wanted to feel Souls-like ish.
Yeah.
Like the people who play Souls-like in a third-person perspective sit down, and after a few minutes, it's like, oh yeah, I understand. This is it. This is this. I know that from like regular Souls-like games, and like transferring this to the first-person perspective, I would say that was the biggest challenge for us.
I thought the combat was really fluid. I thought the combat just flowed perfectly. Like it was a nice balance.
100%.
Yeah.
So, your studio has built a strong following. How does player feedback shape your development process? Like, has there been feedback from Gamescom and Pax West so far that you guys are going to take into consideration as you go back to the development table?
So next month, in a few weeks, it's probably going to be next month, we will have open playtests.
Okay.
So this would be the main event where we're gonna gather feedback. I already know that guys at the office got a lot of feedback after Gamescom.
Yeah.
And there are things that they are already looking into it. So yeah, we are looking at the feedback that we get from players, and then we try to incorporate it as much as we can. Of course, we are unable to address like every piece of feedback we have or we're gonna get, but we're trying to see what the majority is like pointing out that might be fixed or might be changed or is cool or not.
Yeah.
And this is basically the main factor when we are figuring how much we can change or do with the feedback that we get.
Awesome. And lastly, what are you most excited for players to discover when they pick up the game?
The story, I would say, and the setting, because as you guys said, it's unique and a fresh. I'm not afraid of using this word. So I would say the setting is fresh, and like the first person combat in Souls like, because like I said, there's so many elements which everyone will know from like traditional Souls like games, but this is our approach. This is how we want to portray the Souls like genre now. We already know that people are super excited, so we see how it goes.
I think fresh is a great word to use there because I do think that it's such a unique, setting that's again, I can't say it enough that that's what drew me to it. And I think people, once they see it and start playing it, will feel the same.
100%. Mike, I appreciate your time and just talking about Valor Mortis with us. When is the planned release date? What platforms will the game be on? And where can people find it? And where can they get the playtest?
Okay, so next year, 2026,
Okay.
PC, PlayStation, Xbox. I will follow up. We will love to have it on Switch.
Okay.
What we will see.
Okay.
Join us at Discord. You can find it in socials. The links are there. And on Steam, you can join the playtests.
Amazing. Once again, Mike, thank you so much for joining the Father and Son Gaming Podcast. It's been a blast to talk to you. People, go wishlist Valor Mortis on Steam or any platform of your choice. The game is amazing. We played it, and we just can't wait for that 2026 release. And I hope to get into the playtest and keep playing more of it.
Thank you, guys.
I appreciate it. Thank you much.